John Entwistle, this is Dennis and the Warrior from 96.3 KKLZ here in Las Vegas. How are you, sir?
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay, welcome to Dennis and the Warrior. We're talking to you in jolly old England.
Jolly old England, yeah.
Hopefully we'll get the conversation done before you go over the hill into town and lose the cellular signal. We understand that the Who have been in the studio working on new stuff. How much can you tell us?
Not exactly in the studio. We've been in the rehearsal room working on new stuff, but yeah, we've just thrown around a few new songs. Obviously with the intention of that when we finish touring, we can try and go in the studio and do some recordings. So.
Yeah, Pete has had mixed signals about that as to whether, he says he wants to do some new stuff, but he's not so sure that it would result in any kind of album that you could get behind.
It really depends on what the material's like. I mean, I know Roger's bigging stuff that's different from Pete's, and I'll be bigging stuff that's completely different from both of them. So basically, if we could agree on a direction to...
Well, that's what the Who has been about for so many years.
I agree, yeah.
Why are you kicking off the tour in Las Vegas? Is there any special reason? I mean, we know we're the greatest town around, but why Las Vegas to start the tour?
I'm not really sure. I mean, it's not because I've got the art show. I mean, basically, you fit the art shows around the door.
Nice coincidence. Yeah.
I've got no idea. I think the Vegas thing came with a bunch of LA gigs and San Francisco, so we figured, well, let's start there. I mean, it's whatever. You throw the gigs up in the air, and the order they fall down, and you pick them. Yeah.
John Entwistle, the Warrior here. How are you?
What you worried about?
Are you listening to any new music, and if so, what is it?
I basically listen to whatever my girlfriend finds. You know.
Oh, your girlfriend?
She finds different bands and sort of plays them to me, and I say, yeah, put that one on, buy that other, that I sort of like fumbles, and put that one on that goes did it, and she'll put it on for me. But I don't listen. I try not to listen to music because it interferes with. If you're going to try and write songs, you can't write someone else's song.
Yeah, that's
true. Very true.
Yeah,
it's very true. You have quite a vast collection of bass guitars at the house there. What's
usually the one I've got on stage at the time.
What's your favorite beer? The one I'm drinking.
My collection is guitars. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got something like 10 Fender jazz basses and about 20 precisions and a whole bunch of stuff I've used on stage. You know. But most of the expensive guitars in the collection are old Gibsons and Strats and stuff.
Well, part of the deal with you being here next week with the Who opening their tour, you're going to display some of your artwork over at the Aladdin at the Desert Passage and at the Hard Rock Cafe. What motivates you to do art, and what's it about?
It started with my caricature that I did with the Who by numbers. It got me interested in art again, and I carried on drawing from that point. And I was working on like a coffee table book of like rock ancestors, rock stars and their ancestors, making up imaginary ancestors of the rock stars. And I just didn't have time to complete the book, so someone suggested, why don't you these works of art on their own, why don't you sell them individually, and do prints and stuff. So I started on that, and that really got me back into being interested in sort of drawing and painting.
Do you find yourself in the band with the dynamic of the Who? Because everybody makes the analogy with the Beatles and George Harrison struggling to get his songs on albums. Are you in that position as well, or do you just come up with something from time to time and say, wouldn't this be good?
I'll come up with some. I mean, I used to be a lot more prolific, but it became a way of life that I didn't like. I didn't want to shut on my days off. I didn't want to shut myself in the studio writing. I mean, it means you earn a lot more money, but the actual process of making music, writing music and making music, that's fine. But writing music that fits with words, that sounds like a hit, is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Hey, listen, we're looking forward to you coming into town, John, and we're looking forward to the performance over June 28th over at the Joint inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
We'll also be at the Desert Passage to check out your artwork next Thursday, the 27th, and at Hard Rock Cafe, the 28th, and we really appreciate you spending some time with us. Thank you, John Entwistle of the Who.
All right. Hey, could you do us a favor, please, sir?
Yes, sir.
Could you say, hey, this is John Entwistle from The Who, and you're listening to Dennis and the Warrior on 96.3 KKLZ?
Oh. Okay, let me write that down.
It is a lot. It is a bit. Ringo said the same thing.
Hold on, I've got to find a pen. I can't carve it with one of my knives. You're listening to Dennis and the Warrior.
Mm-hmm. You asked what he was fighting about?
What he was worried about.
Oh, no.
The Warrior.
Not the Worrier.
Yeah. That's how you say it.
Oh, that's funny. I guess it would translate like that in England, huh?
It's rolling anytime you feel like it.
Hi, this is John Entwistle of The Who, and you're listening to Dennis and the Warrior on 96.3 KKLZ.
Ah, that's
beautiful, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.